Hey, Charles, yeah. And today I've got some tips for you. I've been avoiding this one for a long time, and I don't know what, actually not avoiding, but I actually forgot about it. I get a lot of messages from people all around the world that are interested in traveling to this beautiful little country that I live in now of Serbia. Serbia, as you know, it used to be part of Yugoslavia. Uh, the capital of Yugoslavia was Belgrade, and that is the capital now of Serbia. Used to include Slovenia, Croatia, Macedonia, Montenegro, Bosnia. Okay? There's another one on there, but we don't mention the name of it because we don't believe that it's separate. Anyhow, what you have to do here in Serbia, if you're from a Western country, you don't need a visa to come here. And that's something a lot of people don't realize because a lot of people don't travel that much, you know. If you're coming from the United States, from Australia, from Canada, from England, from Ireland, from France, any of those Western countries, European Union countries, you don't need a visa to come here. You fly into the airport, Nikola Tesla Airport, you give them your passport, they will put a stamp in your passport, and with that stamp, if you're from the USA or Canada, then you get 90 days in this country, okay? You can stay 90 days, then you have to leave for 90 days, then you can come back for 90 days, unless you get a extended stay visa or something such as that, okay? But there's one thing you have to do here that's a pain in the ass, and I think it's silly, and I think it should be stopped, actually. And no offense to Serbia, no offense to your law, but it's a pain in the ass. And let me tell you what it is. What it is, once you get this stamp in your passport, with this stamp, you have 24 hours to register in a police station wherever you are. Whichever city you're in, you have to register within 24 hours to get this card, okay? And I'm going to show you this up close, and I'm going to tell you a little bit more why I think it's a pain in the ass. An example, I lost my passport, went to Germany for a business conference, came back in here like Thursday night, almost midnight, okay? Friday morning, I come to Novi Sad from Belgrade. Then I had to be in Kragujevac the next morning, and so I went to Kragujevac, was there for 2 presentations. Then I immediately got on a bus and came back here. Get back here Friday around 4 p.m., go to the police station to register. And I said, hey, I'm here to register. I have 24 hours to register here. And the ladies told me, they said, oh, well, we're closing in 30 minutes. You have to bring your landlord in here. I called my landlord. She's not in town. She's in Belgrade. I was like, oh my God, what am I going to do? She said, come tomorrow. Next day, I meet my landlord up at the police station early in the morning, and my landlord is like, what do we have to do? I don't understand this. And I said, well, you need to prove that you own this home, or you have to just bring her, she has to bring her ID and my ID, and she has to verify that I'm staying in her house, something of hers. So we get there to the police station next morning. They're not very friendly at all. The guy tells us, he said, it's been over 24 hours, my stamp. He said, you have to come back on Monday. I was like, oh my God, I've been over 24 hours. I said, the lady, I showed up on time yesterday. She told me to come back today, but he said, I can't do it. You have to talk to that same lady. What a mess. So Monday morning comes around. I'm 3 days late. Go in to speak to that lady, and she said, well, you were supposed to be here on Friday within 24 hours. I said, ma'am, we were here. My landlord's in Belgrade. She couldn't meet me here. So the lady was nice enough, and she wrote the date that I arrived, that I registered on the 15th. And I flew in on the 14th, so she actually did me a favor, and she didn't have to do it, but she did. But it make it such a pain. The good thing, if you're just a foreigner that's going to come here for 2 weeks and you're going to stay in a hotel, the hotel does that for you. They have the capability to do it online. They just manually register you through the police, I guess, and they give you a card. This card here, it's just called a confirmation certificate. Something like that's what it says on the top, I don't know. But this card, what you need to do, take it, stick it in your passport, and they say any police here in Serbia, if they stop you, they have a right here in Serbia to just stop you randomly. Let me see who you are, and let me see your registration. This tells them where you're staying, and they do it. I mean, this has been something that's been here for quite a while, and I think it seems communist to me, or socialist, like a lot of government intervention. It's creepy. That they know exactly where you are and where you're staying. I don't really like it, but they claim they do it for your own protection. If something does happen here, they know where to come and get you. But most governments I don't trust to do that, you know what I mean? Anyhow, So if you don't have this card, you can get a big penalty. They can give you a big fine. All that's on it, it's got your name, it's got your passport number and where you're staying, it's got the date you arrived, and you're supposed to check out when you leave the country, but nobody does that. And then they give you a stamp here, okay, to show that it's legitimate. This card, where you get it, when you go to the police station, I don't know, all police stations are different, but there's a window. You have to purchase this. There's a top part that you fill out. It's got the landlord's name and stuff on it. And then the police, it's 20 dinar is what this is. The police rip it off. They take that part for their files, and they give you this to keep with you. They tell you to keep this. I've been here for off and on since 2010, and never once have they asked me for this. They always say that at the airport they're going to ask you, at every border crossing they're going to ask for this. They don't. 99% of the time they're never going to ask for this card, but if you're an asshole or you get some asshole maybe, or somebody, you never know. They might ask for this, and if you don't have it, you can get in trouble, and you can pay a big penalty. So if you stay in a hotel, hostel here in Serbia, don't worry about this little card. But if you live with a friend, some homeowner, and stay in somebody else's house, you have 24 hours in that city to register. They even say, if I here in Novi Sad, I'm registered, and I go to Kragujevac for 3 days or 4 days and stay with somebody else's home, by law, I'm supposed to re-register there, but I'm not going to do that because that's such a mess, because then I would have to probably give this up for a new one, and then I'd have to re-register here. So just keep one with you. Make sure it's not over 90 days, and then if they do ask you for it, you'll be in good shape in Serbia. Okay? That's it, my friends. Nothing else to know. Oh, yeah, actually, I'm a little bit pissed because, not pissed, but depressed. My birthday's in 4 days, and I'm going to be 39. God, that's old. And listen to me, please. Don't give me any more rakia, okay? I've got, just here in my room, this is a big bottle of Slivovica. This is a bottle of Slivovica. This is another bottle of Slivovica. And I've got 2 more in the other room. And I've got a half thing of Loja. And I've got a half thing of, Dunya. Not half thing, this much of it. It's up there, actually. So I don't need any more rakia. I'm not that big of an alcoholic. I just usually drink when I'm speaking to you on a video. Today I'm drinking juice because I'm trying to cut down on my weight and all that. Anyway, my friends, that's it. White card in Serbia, registration card. Let me show it to you, but I'm going to have to cover my pertinent information up because I don't want people to know exactly where I live and all that stuff. I'll cover it up with some Serbian money. How's that sound? Beautiful. Let me show you this. Here we go. Here's little devil. This is what this card will look like when you get it. Okay? It says on the top, confirmation certificate. What's it say? What else? I can't read it through this camera. Registration, cancellation of residence, or registration of or place of change. In here, it just wants your last name, your first name. Here it says type number, your passport number. Here it says your address that you're going to be residing in. This is your check-in date, and this is your check-out date. And this is also a pain in the ass in Serbia. Serbia, the bureaucracy is a mess. You can't just go to one office for this. You have to get this written there. She talks to you, and then you have to go to wait in line in another office to get this damn stamp. It takes 2 seconds. The lady doesn't even look at anything, and she just stamps it. So they can't do it all in one place. They have to make it difficult. But I think Serbia needs to change that rule. It's a pain in the ass, and it doesn't do any good. That's it, my friends. Serbian registration card. Get one just so you avoid problems. Do viđenja.